guessing, it's going to cause
problems.
Well, I mean,
most, let's say, by tonnage after demonstration scale projects in Europe, and the Swedes were the first to have something that's a little bit bigger than demonstration. But I visited a massive.
Makes me, your shoulder goes up. Your shoulder goes up. But for me, actually, that whispering makes me feel eroticised. So it's for you. It's kind of like a form of synesthesia. It's like the synesthesia is when your senses get muddled. A whisper to you is the sound of.
Take extra time. I'm going to constantly say no. I don't think this one will. There'll be no point, Papa, by the time that England are 6-0 up.
Yeah, everyone got a topiary.
It's a very popular place to have parties.
We went to an NBC Universal party at
I say Chichoni.
That's clever, wasn't it?
Right?
We went to an upfront party there. Not an upfront, NBC Universal party there once. And let me tell you something.
Go ahead. So we're now going to head to the Disney backlot. And not to be confused with.
I'm going your side of the road.
For those of you
maybe.
I'm actually deep in my psyche, bearing in mind on the radio. I suspect you're a bit bored.
That's all that is. I'm certainly not a dangerous megalomaniac. Trip, what about you, mate? Have you got anything else you'd like to do? Time people up or something?
I'm morally irreproachable. Now, what I'm saying is, from the police point of view, they stopped me, and I did something once. I was you've got mice running all over you. I enjoy it if I have a suitcase.
Your life sounds disgusting, Trev. You're like a killer. Yeah, listen, we've got an email here from Andy Elkerton. He goes, "Hello, gents. I once lived in a house with a family of furry little..."
At Tesco Mobile, get the epic iPhone 11 in our summer sale with AirPods Pro. The perfect combination. Plus unlimited data for just $40.99 a month, saving you £414. Better yet, you can get your iPhone in the same place you pick up your shopping. This is Supermarket Mobile. Pop in or search Tesco Mobile. Every little helps. Sends 11 devices. That's fine with 36 months.
Summer at the moment anyway, isn't this weather?
No. If it be nice weather, then stand out later would be nice, but I don't want to walk face to face in this weather. Did you do it on purpose?
Yeah, I went into the tunnel on purpose.
No, it's very wet. That's a bump.
Yeah, sorry, there's a speed bumps along all along this bit, sorry.
Too late at that point.
And my dad did that, so he came up.
Samuelson telling Reuters, I quote, "We are looking at the possibility of doing the IPO before the end of the year." End quote. They'll be listed on the NASDAQ
And
stock.
it was the largest, flawless, fancy, vivid pink diamond ever graded by the Gemological Institute of America. What do you
Next
do?
week, next Friday night, Graham Coxon's going to be on it performing. That'd be good, wouldn't it? He'll be in that green room bit. I think he will be, because I think the band are in the green room bit. We've met Graham a few times, hey? He's dead. Graham,
Yeah. I liked Tom Grandad. That's a good, that programme, isn't it? It was a sitcom for us kids, wasn't it? It was. Yeah, it was. We enjoyed that. Okay, so we've got to wrap up this. What have I done to deserve this? Rhubarb, a little bit quick smart. Well, we'll read out Minnie's.
I would say
yarn
use your
whenever that turns
mirrors.
up.
Yeah, there you go.
This is from Susie. She goes, I went to a really strict grammar school in Wales. Once a week we had domestic science and had to take an
If you missed it, Chris Boyles was back this morning from half 6. You can listen again to that, of course, on the Global Player app, the official Radio X app, and Chris and the team will be back tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow it's blue tank. So I came back with a bike. I knocked the bike over the head and brought it back. You knocked over the head? Okay, trying to skim past that detail. What did you do?
Now you come to
That's the question here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have never ever thought that. Just to be clear.
I thought it about myself during the show. I've been middling some time.
You can cast all those worries aside because with us you know exactly what you're getting. Like great value family rooms at over 800 locations, plenty of parking and delicious fares for everyone. Even fussy ones. So you can family trip without any of the burden.
Or Inspector Morrison.
Hello.
So, we've been sent a box that says Costco on the side.
I'm listening.
So this is something called Frank's. Does anyone know what that could be?
That's not too bad, is it?
That's nice. Lovely heat.
Nice to know.
Yeah. Dom's going in. Yeah, come on, it's lovely.
Oh, it's very middle class.
Very
isn't it?
posh. Oh, yeah.
What's the feeding snake?
Oh, feed the snake. That is where we. Hang on. So once we finish our pint of beer, our plastic cups, we start piling them up.
Oh,
we
no.
pass around the whole crowd until you get a snake the length of the entire crowd. Occasionally, or it gets to the members who are the really posh. They wear special ties. They wear special ties or anything, and they normally refuse to feed the snake, and then everybody boos them.
Such a day, this is going to be the case, then you know, it's just very clear, and that means automotive companies can say, right, I'm going to stop making these type of vehicles now. I'm going to make these ones. Battery factories like Nissan can say, well, I'm going to start building new gigafactories because I know there's going to be a home market for it, as well as I'm sure export.
The UK, Mark. I'm just happy that there's new infrastructure going in. There's a couple of interesting things happening. There's our aging national.
And in London, I think they have them.
That would be more expensive. I think that would add a lot more cost to what should be like really a low cost thing. You know, just get them in the ground. You know, and then make them fancy.
BMW that was it at these training. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you can see that e-tron. And so they actually did this where they did the same thing. They flew people to these regional training centers. They made them drive the cars. They had every EV available at the time when the i3 launched. Maybe not every. Or here's how I charge this car. Or let me take it on a road trip, which I do all the time, right? But I'm getting into the nitty gritty. But it's like everyone's first experience in the EVs. How many times do you need to read this stuff? Let's just get
it for no reason. The other three like it. They love it. And I don't understand that they have status stuff. Yeah, they have more frequent flyer miles in their conversation. Yeah, they're like, oh man, Conan really ripped on that.
Eating in seats?
Yes, because they don't eat.
No, but they do eat, they overact eating.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, can you close your
Don't know where to go.
I don't need to hear this you smacking that whatever Dolby surround sound.
Well,
which, by the way, scares out of kids. I took my daughter, she's 4 years old, to go see one of those Snoopy movies, some rated G thing.
He's drawing conclusions from the evidence. Stuff that happened as kids, or Russell touching people up. Main sources of the universe.
I've not touched no OAUs to. What is this? In order to impress a new girlfriend, I vidied a new tent. It was a proper horror show, and a weekend at the seaside was in order. We set up the tent and decided to buy some cider as it turned cold and we thought it was...
What do I want? That's what you want to know.
Nothing. You won't win anything. Matt's still not given that property up to CD, that person, have you?
Punishment to give bodyguards and security cars that can't actually handle when they're because for purpose. I mean, is it? I don't know. But it's a bit like.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Sometimes interesting. That is interesting, isn't it?
Well, anyway, there we go. That's that for this. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again next week. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
For Christ's sake, keep it in your trousers, guys. What's have you got an anecdote about your dad, Trev?
Well, just I remember my sister used to. It was a sort of a traumatic thing. Her friends would come over and stay, and the noises my dad would make.
What sort of noises?
Well, from his bottom quite a lot.
Really?
Yeah, it's
like father like son that tumbles through the generations.
You can bloody talk.
The grunting locks.